Let us give thanks to he who walks behind the rows, who protects our crops.
The God of sacrifice. The God who walked on the face of the earth. He who walks behind the rows.
He who walks behind the rows. He who walks behind the rows.
God does speak to me in my dreams. And God has told me that it is now our time. Time to make sacrifice. Time to kill.
Welcome to Now Playing's Children of the Corn retrospective series.
It is written, a leader will come from the corn.
Part of the Now Playing Stephen King movie review series.
I offer this to he who walks behind the rows.
Hosted by Stuart.
This is my game. I've played it before and on better courts than yours.
Jacob.
He thought he had great spirit.
And Arnie.
Question me not, Malachi. I act according to his will.
Join us at NowPlayingPodcast.com each week for a new movie review based on the works of Stephen King.
I've read the book, and for the first time in my life, I know my purpose.
This podcast will contain detailed plot spoilers and harsh language.
Did your mother teach you how to talk like that?
Only when your name came up.
Listener discretion is advised.
The time of judgment is now at hand.
Let the harvest
begin.
Outlander! We have your podcast! Children of the Corn, Revelation, starring Michael Ironside. Kind of.
You sure? You real positive?
Do not lie to the people.
Yeah.
He's top billed, what can I do?
Oh, I can't believe that.
Michael Rogers, Claudette Mink, Crystal Lowe, and directed by Guy McGarr. This is Arnie, and I'm sorry, dear. I tried to warn you, but we still have 3 more Children of the Corn to discuss.
Can I just giggle the whole podcast, and do what this movie did? Like, seriously, do I even need to introduce me? It's Stuart in L.A.
And this is he who podcasts behind the rows, Jacob, and all I have to say is, kill. Who do I need to kill for making me watch this?
Yeah, let's start with Guy McGarr.
That may not be funny. I think he might be dead.
No, he's not dead. His wife got ill and he gave up filmmaking after this film. But
okay, I couldn't find anything out about him. And I truthfully believed that this man who had worked for 20 years in Hollywood, this man who directed episodes of Battlestar Galactica, I thought this had killed him.
Stepfather 3! Werewolf, the TV show. Remember that one? It was on Fox in the 80s. It was like this.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, you had like this. It was like the Incredible Hulk. Each week he went to a small town and wolfed out.
It was on, I think, before Alienation. But yes, Children of the Corn, Revelation, intended to be the end of the Corn series.
Intended.
They could have stopped with 666. Come on. I wouldn't have held it against you.
Yeah, that's a retcon in and of itself. It's the prophecy. The prophecy said we would bomb. The prophecy said we would make the worst film in the franchise and we would stop for 8 years. The prophecy said we would hire the screenwriter for Silent Night, Deadly Night 4.
Is it?
Yes, their only other credit.
Which was one of my more praised Silent Night, Deadly Nights due to its kind of crazy visions and the Brian Usna aesthetic.
That was one of your favorites? That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. The thing with the maggot and Ron Howard's brother?
Yeah, I liked it. Oof. I didn't recommend it, but it had something more than 5 did.
I don't know, dude. I'm not going back. We're here. We're talking about the conclusion, for 8 years anyway, of Children of the Corn. But Revelations. What am I learning here? What's revealed? Given the plot, we can get into it.
When her grandmother disappears, Jamie goes to Omaha, Nebraska to check on the old woman. She'd been acting strangely of late, selling her house and moving into a decrepit old apartment building placed in the middle of a cornfield. And the building then was condemned shortly thereafter. But you can't believe the price. But it turns out the building, actually the entire town, is haunted by ghosts of children.
It's Omaha.
Yes, I said that.
Omaha, Nebraska is haunted by ghost corn kids.
Yes, and it looks much smaller than you've ever imagined.
Half a backlot? Yes.
Wait, this was supposed to be Omaha? I've been to Omaha. It's a pretty big city.
I know.
This is not Omaha.
Yeah, I have a good friend who lives in Omaha. I've seen pictures. It's actually a city.
Yeah, well, these are the revelations, right? Who would have known this is the true Omaha?
Well, it turns out that in Omaha 60 to 80 years ago, there was a religious cult of children. And when the feds were going to break them up, the lead preacher, Abel, no I in it, set their tent on fire and all the children were killed, save for Jamie's grandmother, who was able to break free of Abel's spell and free herself, the only survivor of that cult. But one night, as an old woman, Hattie goes out and follows voices into the night and gets hit by a train. And Hattie's death raises a ghost of one of the children from the cult. So each time a real person dies, a ghost child is raised. So it's a good thing that we spend literally an hour meeting Jamie's neighbors, each of whom is an asshole or sinner in some way to make them deserve death. There's the stoner who won't deliver phone messages, the stripper, the gun nut, the disabled, angry, cursing man with a porno mag. The children kill them all, growing in numbers all the time. And for some reason, Michael Ironside shows up a few times, too.
Top billing.
As a ghostly priest that we just have to discuss, but he has no part in a plot summary because he has no part in the plot. Despite every sign to leave the town, including actual written signs, Jamie stays and finds out one of the little girls is the ghost of her dead grandmother, and now Grandma's going to take part in her death. The more Jamie runs, the more the children sit around opening the gas lines on stoves, until Jamie finally gets out the door and the building explodes behind her. When we see Atari 2600 graphics of smiley faces or children or amoebas float to the sky as Jamie finally gets the fuck out of town and credits roll.
Yeah, that says everything I could say. I think we're done, guys. Recommend? Woo, boy.
Well, I mentioned the financial troubles that started Miramax in the last one. By 2001, Miramax had started becoming a money loser.
Yeah, look at all the corn films they put out. How could they not be losing money?
The Weinstein's partnership with Disney, it hadn't gone the way they wanted, and so this one had the budget slashed on the way to production.
They should have slashed it more so it never went into production.
Yeah, I agree. You just stopped making it. I mean, it couldn't have been rolling in dough to begin with. And maybe that's a reason why this movie has such a horrible script and snail-paced. I mean, my God, everything that happens, and not much does, but it's in slow-mo here. I mean, this thing, I think we get real time. Like, I'm going to walk down the hall every step. I got to take an elevator 4 floors and it's a slow elevator.
I'm going to masturbate in the bathtub every rub.
I'm glad that you're agreeing that she was masturbating. We'll talk about it.
I have just one question right off the top. I mean, I know we're going to talk about it. But, Stuart, I task you with writing Children of the Corn 7. It's an unenviable task, but this is your job, okay?
Sure.
What possesses you to put it in an apartment building and make it all indoors?
Hey, the same reasons for Mangler 3. Put it in some old abandoned house because you don't have any money.
Yeah.
I'm getting Mangler 3 flashbacks here. That's not good.
They have some corn stalks, and we'll find out later that it grows in the basement, that the guy that's growing pot or his own vegetables. I couldn't even tell whose garden it was. Was it the children? Was it the gun nuts? Was it the cannabis guy? I don't know.
Yeah, that is my first problem with this film, is that it's really mislabeled. This isn't Children of the Corn. We discussed how the middling sequels from 2 through 5 became this, like, anthology. With 6, thought they were going back to their roots or their stalks or whatever. And now we are deeply into anthology territory as there's barely any corn. The building is next to some corn.
Yes.
I mean, literally, it's the side yard. It's the playground of the building.
And it didn't exist until the first death. It should be said, this is an urban area. It's Omaha. There is no corn in the city proper. This is on the site of a former cornfield.
No. When she rolls up scene 1, there's corn.
Right, but that's only there because the grandmother died.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it wasn't there when Granny died.
Correct.
No, that's what I was so confused with. I'm like, there wasn't corn there before, but there is now. I don't know.
No.
It was nighttime. I figured they just thought the camera wouldn't pick it up.
No, that her death created the cornfield. This is an urban environment. 60 years ago, it was a cornfield, and now it is a slum. So Hattie, we see her in the opening. She came back to the site of her friend's fellow corn cult member's death to sacrifice herself. She knew she was going to die, I think, because this sacrifice would spare her granddaughter from dying. Oops. Or it would mitigate a plot in which she would come there and be attacked by corn kids.
Yeah, I don't get the idea that it would have saved the granddaughter. I guess we'll get more into it. I thought that was the whole point, is that everyone from this grandmother's lineage had to die because she was supposed to die years ago when she was a child with this revival.
It's a Final Destination thing, right? Because she was never supposed to grow to adulthood and have children, thus any child or grandchild she has must be killed as well. The parents, her children, or her child, I should say, our main character's mother or father was killed in a fire, and now they're coming for Jamie, so she comes back to the slum to sacrifice herself. That's the only way I can understand why she is even living in the Hampton Arms at the start of this movie.
So we talked last week a lot about prophecy, and I hate to go down that murky road again, but if everything Hattie is doing is to protect her granddaughter, I don't know, why not go visit the granddaughter instead of doing something that's going to cause you to go missing and actually cause your granddaughter, who is somewhat estranged from you, we'll find out, to come looking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that Hattie, there was something that possessed her. She was drawn back to move there. I never got the sense that she did that to save her granddaughter. This is a confusing story. It shouldn't be. It should be pretty straightforward, but things are not clear. I thought it was mystical forces trying to bring her back since she was the one child that lived from this cult.
It's a thin setup to have what should be a routine, run-of-the-mill, your average B-level slasher flick. Okay, so we now have a mystical cornfield outside of this slum, and every time one of the tenants dies, one of the kids from the old tent that burned up is going to walk out of it. So that's an obvious engine. We should have lots of death. We should have lots of gore. We should have lots of things happening in this movie to make more and more kids. Oh my God, does nothing happen in this movie. I cannot relay to you, unless we just let the tape roll with nobody speaking for the next 30 minutes until I shared my next thought. I cannot tell you how bored I was watching this horrible, horrible film.
Look, come on, you don't like this police procedure we get into with Armbister? I want to know what relative, what friend had that last name, Armbister, to name the detective that. Like, that is not a real name. I feel like I'm in Mystery Science Theater 3000 territory. Like, I could just riff off this name for the next hour. But yeah, they just go back and forth, like, gotta wait 24 hours, and then we seemingly wait, like, in real time, 24 hours to go back to the police station.
Yep. And nobody's dying in between. Yeah, people are riding elevators. People are walking down long halls. People are picking up the Bible and reading it because they're bored.
Come on now here. I admit that the opening of this film's a little slow, but I watched this movie twice.
Oh my God.
Was there a commentary for this one?
I got interrupted halfway through. I decided in order to judge the pacing, I had to start over. So I watched the first half of this movie twice. And there's a little bit, if I squint real hard and think more of the TV version than the theatrical version, there's a little bit of The Shining going on, right? There's the creepy kids who have the malevolent stare. There's the long-haired girl who's really ugly. I mean,
there's a dead woman in the tub. Yeah, I mean, maybe barely, but the similarities are transparent and not as frequent as we want. Yeah, there's two basic evil little kids. And it's not the preacher. It's like they're almost twins, fraternal twins. There's a boy and a girl that are always standing side by side and giggle, 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 giggle. They're like the twins from The Shining. Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah, those twins, all they had to do in The Shining, though, were stand there to be creepy. These ones, they play video games. Come on, that game, that House of the Dead, that's always like a $2 game, and they're plopping just a quarter in there.
It's Omaha. Everything's cheaper in Omaha.
Yeah, apparently they just round everything. Like, here's the thing. I'm not trying to nitpick, but it's a bad script. When she buys some stuff, oh, that's $5. Come on.
Even.
Yeah, it's never even unless this cashier is just so damn lazy. He's just, like, guessing. Like,
maybe he's pocketing the change. Who knows? But there's also a little bit of intrigue when she goes to the grocery store.
You're right.
Because there's intrigue at the grocery store?
He who walks behind the grocery rows. Yes, this is great stuff.
I mean, there's the other creepy girl who I'm pretty sure was different, playing hopscotch in a pentagram, which actually looks more fun than regular hopscotch.
That is a cool image. I don't know what it means. I never comes back to do anything except be creepy. I mean, we get Michael Ironside here.
With a wonderful looking eye scar.
Yeah, and then he goes away. I'm like, oh, we're going to have like the tough, chewing up the scenery priest throughout this. Like, I kept thinking this was going to be a team up with Jamie as she tries to solve the mystery of where Grandma is. But Armbister comes and goes. Ironside comes and goes. We get all these different residents. I'm like, oh, she's going to team up with the gun. No, nope. Oh, she's going to team up with the pothead. Nope. Oh, she's going to team up with the stripper. Nope. Like, just things come and go through this film, and Jamie's our guide in a very boring scenic route.
Yeah, Jamie needs to have allies. I think it's supposed to be the cop. I do think that there's supposed to be some kind of romantic chemistry. He's interested in her, at least. And that's why he does all of the background research. She's a reporter in Los Angeles. She never uncovers one thing. She doesn't even know her own grandmother's story as a survivor of a child cult. It is Armbister does this to get a date with the new chick in town. That's what we're supposed to see here, is that he's macking on her and doing all of her work for her. And meanwhile, yeah, what Michael Ironside is doing in this movie, I think he's waiting for the bus. I think that there's a bus that's going to come that's going to take him to another horror movie where he's playing a scarred up priest. But he's got 10 minutes, so he'll stand there and amuse the directors while he's waiting.
Come on, guys. Didn't you jump when the kids throw, I think it's salsa at their window? I don't know. It's got like corn in it.
No, because I didn't know what it was. How am I supposed to be scared?
She said it was corn, and I'm like, it's red and gloopy. I thought it was a tomato. Yeah, there's no way that's corn.
But there's kernels of corn, hence why I went with Mexican.
I mean, at one point she goes down to the basement, walks into the room that says, do not enter. And I thought it was a tomato farm. And she looks at it. I don't know. I thought it was a smashed tomato and got really scared and ran out. I don't know what she's looking at. I don't know what I'm supposed to be scared of.
What happens is eventually, and I think it's way too long in this, because for a good almost half hour of this movie, I think that Jamie's grandmother is the last person in this apartment building, which looks nothing like an apartment building either. When the opening credits come and Hattie's walking outside, I think she's in a mental institution or a hospital or something.
I thought the same thing.
It's condemned. I mean, it's getting the wrecking ball next week. No one should be living there, but it's got full occupancy on the 4th floor.
I thought that Hattie was the last resident. There is no sign of life in this building except for the children, who, I'll admit, I didn't know they were ghosts at this point, but I knew they were children of the corn. And finally, she goes down and finds this garden where I looked, and again, I watched the first half twice. There's no weed down there. There's somebody growing like hydroponic tomatoes.
I think it's the gun nut. I think we're to understand that his character is he doesn't trust anyone. He grows his own food. He hides in his room with his guns. He is a shut-in. He should be in a shack in Montana, but instead he's in the base, or instead he's on the 4th floor. No, he's in the basement.
No, this is what's so confusing. He's in the basement. He scares Jamie, but he lives on the 4th floor. Like, no, you put him in the basement. That's where he lives. Like, why are you making this complicated?
It is convoluted, complicated. That's all that this is. And when you finally figure out what they were trying to do, you'll wonder why they bothered. But yes, I think that it is his garden, but the kids co-opted. At some point, it gets filled with stalks of fully grown corn.
Yeah, I mean, Every single person but one in this building is a total asshole. There's the gun nut who's so paranoid, Jamie walks into his padlocked, but yet for some reason unlocked tomato garden, gets a pistol in the face. There's the least developed character in a movie I've seen in a long time. It's just some guy in a wheelchair with a porno mag who's gonna curse at you.
Whoa, this guy's got a whole arc compared to Michael Ironside in this film.
He doesn't even have a name, though. I mean, he's literally just called Angry Guy in the credits.
Yeah, he's the angry disabled man. He goes up and down the halls yelling at everyone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's his role.
He literally does have an arc, though. We'll discuss it when he dies.
Let's get to the kills, because I think that would be the only reason anyone would bother watching this, is you want to watch these horrible people die. And yeah, the first one she meets, the first sinner, as it were, is this guy that spent so much time with the bong that he never delivered the messages that he was supposed to the grandmother. He's her next door neighbor, and I guess Jamie was calling her grandmother every week to find out how she was doing.
Calling a payphone in the lobby.
Right.
That's right, there's a sign that grandma needs an intervention.
Yes.
She had a house, now she doesn't have a phone line? I mean, what happened to the house money? This is pre-9/11 that this was made. There was no housing crisis.
Right. And the cell phones, 2001. You give her a cell phone, you can call her wherever she is.
Well, I don't know if the grandma's going to have a cell phone, but
Sure.
My grandma can't use a cell phone. I don't know that Hattie could.
She should have a phone.
Well, be that as it may, this was the man responsible for keeping granddaughter and grandmother in communication, and he had been flubbing the job for weeks, I think, or at least a week.
In his defense, he was scrawling messages on the wall.
Yes, I noticed that.
It's not like he was just completely ignoring him. He just wasn't knocking on Hattie's door.
And he didn't notice the fact that the grandmother slipped out in the middle of the night a few weeks ago, got hit by the train, and an entire field of corn grew in the parking lot.
He is super high. Come on.
Indeed.
But after being the jackass who won't deliver messages to the missing grandmother, he then asks Jamie on a date. That's balls, isn't it?
Hey, she goes for it. I'm like, okay, this is going to be the team up in the film. That's what I'm telling you. I'm waiting to see who she spends the rest of the film with.
Only in Cabin in the Woods do you team up with the stoner.
Yeah.
She's from L.A. Come on. She's out of town in Omaha.
It's obvious you don't watch a lot of slasher movies, Jacob, because, he's up on the roof, he's smoking too much dope, and the evil little twin children are there giggling on the ledge. You know where this is going.
Well, yes, once he goes up there, once he pulls out that stalk of corn that he's going to fry up.
These kids can't kill him fast enough, because I don't know how stoned you are, but that royalty-free 15-second music loop that's coming out of his boombox had to end. Seriously, I think I paid more for the generic credit music now playing used in the first few 20-minute episodes we did than they paid for this, island kind of music? Seriously, listen to it again. It's 15 seconds repeated again and again.
I thought it was Chai Weapon's new single.
I think Jerry just was an idiot. He goes over where there's two creepy kids and leans over the rail. I'd be at least a little leery about that, even though they're only on, the 4th floor roof?
That's enough. It's far enough, yeah.
Well, they're on the roof. They live on the 4th floor. This thing might be 6 floors. But it's a stupid death. Finally we get a kill, and we don't see any blood, we don't see any gore. It just falls off into the cornfield.
But this is the 1-to-1 ratio, because as soon as he goes over, we see, I think it's a little boy, come out of the field and walk towards the train that's passing, and for some reason Michael Ironside is standing there too. I think because of this transpirance that Michael Ironside is going to prove to be Amos, that he's going to be the adult reincarnation, or maybe we'll find out that the kid cult leader lived. That the fact that he's a priest, I think that he's in some way tied with the kid that put all these kids in jeopardy.
Yes, it's Michael Ironside. You don't hire him to be the good guy. Even when he's the good guy, he's the bad good guy, like Jester in Top Gun. I mean, this guy is made to be your villain. Next Karate Kid. Absolutely, this is what you hire him for. Not in this movie, apparently, but...
He might have been the bad guy in this movie. He might have been the good guy. We'll never know.
You know what? I don't care what script you have. If you find out Michael Ironside is doing this role, you rewrite it to make him the bad guy.
Yeah, because the real villain, Amos, is just like some little pipsqueak with a page boy haircut. I literally thought that was Phil Spector. When he finally does appear, he's got that haircut. I'm like, is that Phil Spector?
That was one ill-fitting suit, man. I guess they just hired the kid that could best fit it.
Yeah, they don't have a good kid cult leader this time. You have Michael Ironside, you go with that. You give him the part you gave David Carradine in the 5th movie.
I don't even necessarily need Ironside to be the bad guy. He could be the anti-hero. He could be this priest who's willing to kill, sure, they're ghost kids, but willing to seemingly kill kids. Like, I could have gone for that. I didn't even need him to be a bad guy. I just needed him to do something. I think all he does is force Jamie to drink some holy wine for some reason. I'm not sure why. And then he disappears.
He has all the information. Again, the cop and the priest bring all the information. The reporter, just walking through.
Yeah, she's filing reports and sending them back to work, but what is she writing about? We'll never know.
She's not a very good granddaughter. She's not a very good reporter. Not a very good person.
No.
And again, she sees signs that say, Jamie, go home. Stays. This reminds me of the old Eddie Murphy joke about Amityville. This is a great house, honey. Get out. Shame we can't stay.
I do wonder, okay, I get it. She stays for 24 hours because Armbister's like, well, you got to wait 24 hours. Just stay at her house to see if she shows up. Fine. You stay that 24 hours, realize the place is creepy as hell, awful people live there. You go get a hotel room. And you just check in periodically to see if Grandma's shown up.
Have you seen this Omaha? There's no hotels.
I don't know why anyone lives in this Omaha.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, I'd live in this Omaha because apparently it has the fun club right by the airport. So there's an airport and a fun club.
Yeah.
And there's a Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany's going to go strip for 12 hours. No stripper has a 12-hour shift. This place can't support a 12-hour shift for a stripper.
That is stamina.
I want to find out her shift, and when she's on the last 15 minutes, I want to go and give her $1 and see what she can do. Is she even able to stand upright?
Here's the crazy thing with Tiffany. You're a bad stripper. First, you travel in your stripper clothes. Fine, that's not,
With the dollars hanging out.
With the dollars in your garter belt. Like, that's how you're traveling back and forth.
You're so gonna get robbed. And also, not that I know anything about strip clubs, but I'm pretty sure they don't actually wear literal cheerleading outfits. At least not in the Midwest. Not that I would actually know.
Right.
But if hypothetically I were to know, no.
So we brought up the masturbation. She masturbates in front of... Now, she doesn't know the kid's there. But those bubbles are bouncing up and down. They're moving around.
She's moaning.
She is fingering herself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But what turned her on? She cut her leg. First, she's in the tub. She cuts her leg. She's like, oh, shit, shaving didn't work out. I guess I'll play with myself.
I don't want to see a stripper that shaves after she strips. Like, she should do that shit before.
She stripped for 12 hours. She needs to do both, okay? Stubble is not comfortable when you're getting a lap dance. Not that I would know.
All I know is Tiffany is the only character in this that I like, and I know she's going to get it, but it's taken an eon to get her into that tub, but now that she's finally got in the bubble bath, I'm like, this is the end of the movie. Whatever little bit of enjoyment there was, whatever kernel to this corn, it has been devoured after this. Yeah, she gets a shitty death where the kid throws magic corn kernels in there, and they become stalks that, I don't know, what do?
They pull her under the water and just drown her.
Well, I mean, she's bleeding at the same time. They're like ripping at her. Or something.
Is she, or when they threw the corn in the tub?
You see the blood, yeah.
Yeah, and she was already cut. It's very confusing. I think she drowns. But what this proves is the angry man's a hypocrite because he's beating on the wall saying, shut up, you fucking whore, when he's got a porno mag right there. I think he'd be down at the fun club with some singles, man. I mean, I saw Tiffany in the tub. I may or may not be down there with some singles. Hypothetically.
I don't know if we're supposed to think this is funny that he's yelling and calling her whore as she's dying. Literally, like, this guy needs to be put on some serious meds. He is one angry dude.
Or he can just be killed, which they do. They roll him right down the hall, and he comes back as a fat kid in the wheelchair.
He has no name. He has a horrible death. He's pushed through a railing. He's pushed down a hall. I mean, it's so perfunctory. And in the meantime, the gun nut is also being stalked. It's like you're interrupting one murder scene to give us another murder scene that's completely unfulfilling.
I did find it kind of confusing. So we see the fat kid come back, and he's riding the wheelchair. I was thinking maybe these were all people somehow involved with that first original cult, but no, it's not. They're too young.
The original from the original first movie, or the original cult from the beginning of the film?
The original cult from the beginning of this film.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's only the grandmother's related to that cult, isn't she?
No, these are all the kids who burned up in the tent.
No, I get that the kids, but the people they're killing aren't related at all. The guy in the wheelchair, the stripper.
Oh, no.
I found that confusing when they showed the wheelchair come back. I guess that's how we know the angry man died.
Yeah, that is what's strange. Abel was having these kids in the field with him for whatever reason. The adults tried to intervene, so they burned themselves all up as an act of defiance. Now that they've found a portal back into reality, what are they going to do? Just play video games? What was the plot now that they have killed a bunch of people and taken material form again?
And why do they want to kill specifically Jamie, the granddaughter of the survivor? Is it that they failed to kill Hattie the first time, so now they must kill Jamie?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think Ironside, when he does finally say something, says that.
Ironside brings up Hubie, he uses the words, and he says that you should have never been born, which I take to mean, again, I was thinking of Final Destination, because you've cheated death. Now they're going to hunt you down and find you. They'll find a way to burn you. They already burned your parents, and presumably they would have burned you in L.A., so the grandmother came here as a way of heading it off, but she didn't tell you never to come here.
So wait a second. If Grandma had gone and gotten her granddaughter and brought her back, then all these other people would be alive today? The whole plot is just to kill this one woman, and so all these other people are collateral damage?
I can only think so, yes, because they even got the kid that ran away from them early. So you would think that would be enough. They could just live in the field and enjoy their time, but yeah. It was all to get Jamie.
And I don't like Jamie, so I don't care about this.
It's awful.
And one of the women who wants to kill her is now her grandmother, who she only recognizes because of her hat.
Yeah, is her grandmother a kid now? We find out she was hit by the train.
She raised back as a child of the corn with a hat and is evil now, and tells her daughter, I tried to warn you, now I gotta kill you.
All right, I wasn't sure if she was one of the evil kids. I know there's one kid trying to tell her to get out from time to time.
Yep, same kid.
It's all very confusing.
Yeah, it's the main little girl. When she's not with the boy, she's less evil. That's the way I take it to mean.
She was the main little girl?
I think.
No, she was a different little girl.
Oh okay. My God, how
That's
can you keep a track of them? Really? Okay.
The main little girl didn't have a hat.
Oh, wow. But we got a couple more deaths here, guys. I guess it's worth mentioning that the gun nut does an act of kindness. He tries to tell Jamie what we're all saying. Get out. The kids are killing people. You're not safe here.
He's got night vision goggles, though it's bright.
Yes. Here's the thing. Gun nut dude should kind of die by a gun, right? Like,
that would be ironic. That would be a Freddy way to die.
There was the scene last week where Gabriel made Cora shoot herself. You would think that's what they do. Instead, he is literally just scared to death.
He has a bad heart, I guess. And
he did? They didn't set up a bad heart at all.
They never said it. Only through my knowledge of watching other bad movies do I get that a person clenching their chest means they have a heart problem, and then when they take a pill right after, that's the nitroglycerin.
Right, yes, exactly.
Thank God for all those awful movies you've sat through. They finally paid off.
No, we sat through them. That was the Mangler. Remember the nightshade pills?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was antacid. This is nitroglycerin.
Yeah, much different.
But yeah, if I thought that the angry man had a bad death, this guy literally has a heart attack. And then the only cool shot in this entire movie, and it's still pretty goddamn cheap, is the children come and drag him off. You can't see the children until they're in the goggles, and the goggles are filling up like 2/3 of the frame. And so, yes, of course the goggles are just a video screen showing us something filmed in green, but it's still more inventive than any other shot in any other frame of this film.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Not saying much, but okay.
The Pyrrhic victory there. One more death worth pointing out, the convenience store owner. He didn't get a name either, and he didn't even live in the apartment. I'm not even sure how close he is to the cornfield.
Walking distance.
Yeah, for some reason, he's decapitated and put in with the milk. They find a tomahawk.
He never comes back.
Does that mean Red Bear is in this? Is this a callback to part 2?
No, what they say is the kid left one there, but the actual weapon was a sickle. At first, I thought that this man was decapitated by a kid's tomahawk.
Oh, I thought that's what because look, Armbister is not a great detective. Earlier on, like, they think there's blood on the wall, so he licks it. He's like, nope, just chocolate.
Yes, I first of all wondered if he was going to check the type of blood based upon taste. Second, he doesn't ask for an evidence bag. He's just like, you got a baggie? Okay, I hope it's sterile inside and doesn't have contaminants.
These kids do have a sweet tooth. We see them eating a lot of candy. I guess that's why they had to kill the convenience store worker. They didn't even have a quarter to play a video game. They didn't have any money to get their candy.
Right.
Yeah, and this death looks like one of the best deaths. They got this great prosthetic head that looks absolutely hysterical. His eyes are bulging out. I would have liked to have seen his decapitation. I got a little bit of a gore hound in me here. I would have enjoyed watching that. No, we just get the wonderful latex head, but it was something.
Wow, you're grabbing at nothing here. Okay.
After the parts 4 and 666, I'm taking my jollies where I get them, and they're in this black man's head and Tiffany's tub.
I'm glad you could find them somewhere. We're an hour and 11 minutes into an hour and 20-minute movie, and I'm wondering, when is anything going to happen here that matters?
Hey, at an hour 3, we get Michael Ironside's big scene. He finally talks.
And then leaves.
Yeah, he came back. The train didn't pick him up, so he decided he would film one more scene.
Did that wine that he forced Jamie to drink, does that make her immune to anything? Does that play out at all?
No. Nothing he does has any relevance.
I thought he was giving her communion, so she'd be holy against the cult.
She didn't take a wafer.
Well, you don't have to always have both wine and...
I don't know. I'm not up on my Catholicism.
Sometimes they literally just pass it around and you choose. And you can pick a line and get the grape juice or get the wafer.
These kids are so bored at this climax. Like, one is just playing... Do they have games on Palm Pilots? I assume that's a Palm Pilot that Jamie hands one of these ghost kids to play with.
I had Tetris on my Palm.
Oh, okay.
And someone's on a swing set. Abel is like gathering the troops. And I swear to God, one is above him on a swing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm giggling too. That's all I'm hearing. Now, they don't want to burn. I presume that they traveled all this way and through time so that they could live again, and yet they keep turning on the gas. We've seen that it's very flammable, and they had a very poor setup, much like they did in the first Korn film, of the main character getting a lighter. I'm thinking it's pretty obvious where this is all going. But do they want to burn, or does she trick them by burning them here at the climax?
I don't even know if they die here. There's an explosion, but Abel's like, oh, that can't stop us. But it looks like it does. I don't know. I don't even know. It looks like here's the end of the budget. We got to end the film.
Oh, no. This is where the money is spent, because this is...
I saw pixels in these flames. Don't tell me there's money spent on this.
No. I'm talking about the lead up to the explosion. All of a sudden, we're watching an episode of Freddy's Nightmares. The camera is shifting and spinning, and every light on the set is now red and green. This is looking straight out of either one of the worst sets of Nightmare on Elm Street 4, or more aptly, the TV series spinoff. They're getting some Nightmare on Elm Street visuals going, down to the girls with the burn scars on their face. They finally at least reached a horror movie.
Okay, you're talking about where she's running around and people are burned and the lobby becomes a field of attacking stalks.
And yeah, kids are eating lollipops and shrieking.
Yeah, okay. Armbruster gets to do a little bit here. He cuts her free and gets her out of the lobby.
I was disappointed that she needed a man to save her. This should have been her movie.
Oh, it would have been so much better.
She didn't do anything else in this film.
Yeah, exactly.
Why should she save herself?
Yeah, right. And this is where I think they bring in the Chiron ship, right, to give us these graphics here at the end.
Oh, that was so bad. Why couldn't they at least get a model train set to blow up or something? I mean, I'm actually wishing for Screaming Mad George's Barbie doll now from Urban Harvest when I see this superimposed flame over the windows. That is one cheap ass effect, but not near as bad as the spirits of the children rising up out of the flame.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Yeah, all of this work. You bring up an interesting point. If you know you don't have any money, if you know the script went to hell, if you know this is fated to be a bad movie, wouldn't you have done better to camp this up, to make it funnier, to try and, say, hey, these are really cheap effects, and to have the corn attacking her not look like you're trying to scare us, but in fact, this is an Ed Wood movie. I guess if this movie could even acknowledge how bad things have gotten in this franchise, it would be doing us all a favor.
Well, now that you've had time to chew on this corn, Jacob, Stuart, do you recommend Children of the Corn Revelation? Jacob.
You say chew on this corn, I'm spitting it out. Look, I don't know if I was hopeful, but I was pleasantly surprised that the first three films, I thought they were getting progressively better. And then we had a sharp decline. I mean, I thought 4 was a low point. 4 is in the middle of my rankings now. This is, ever since then, it has been a real slog. Like, we are now in Mangler territory, almost Mangler 3 territory with this film. That's how bad I consider it. It's really a film running around on a floor of an abandoned apartment building instead of an abandoned house this time. This is bad. There's no character arcs here. There's nothing scary here. I don't even know if there's a story here. I get that things are happening, but what is the revelation here? What was revealed in this film? I think of the book of Revelation. There's 7-headed dragons with 7 crowns on each head and locusts with lion heads. There's nothing near that cool in this movie.
They couldn't afford the dragon.
But as confusing as some of those revelations in the book of Revelation, but this is the strongest of not recommends. Low point for Children of the Corn, which is saying a lot.
This is Stuart.
Yeah, I'd rather be shucking corn than watching this corn. This is absolutely, easily the huskiest of the husks. It's a field of husks. This is so worthless. It's the kind of movie that makes me rethink life choices. Like, man, if I only did this, I'd never been a podcaster, and I'd never have seen this film. It's awful. I mean, it's horrible. It is competing. I laugh now because I think long time ago, about a year, I said, oh, Carrie 2002, that's the worst yes. Stephen King movie. And this is probably the worst Stephen King movie, or very close to it. I got to think about it when I rank all of the Night Shift. You're right. Those Manglers have got to be contended with. But it's down there. It's way worse than anything we've seen in the cornfield so far. I hope to never see anything worse. It's just the pits.
During this movie, they play House of the Dead, which I've played that game, but when I think of House of the Dead, I don't really think of a video game anymore. I think of the U-Bowl movie that came out just a couple years after this one, House of the Dead. And my God, that movie was... I would think it would be Sharknado funny the way it starts about how everything would have been so fine if I hadn't gone to that rave. But it then just goes downhill from there, and it's not even make fun of funny. And so I asked myself at that point, because nothing had happened in this movie. We're like 30 minutes in. I watched it twice. The second time I'm watching it, I'm like, would I actually prefer to revisit House of the Dead, the U-Bowl flick, than this movie? That was my bar.
Yes. Yes.
Up until about the 40-minute mark, I think the answer was yes. Now, this movie doesn't redeem itself at the end. Not by any means. There's no revelation that's going to turn this into a Green Arrow. But for those who can go with just this type of direct-to-video horror, this is what you're going for. You know what you're getting when you pick this off the shelf.
You are not going to recommend this. You cannot recommend this.
There's something here. Stuart, you say a room of husks. I'm going to steal your nomenclature and say that at the end, with the deaths, there's a kernel. There's a kernel in this film.
Wow.
It's certainly a step up than parts 4 and 6 of this franchise. Really. If
a step
go back.
What, a step onto the ledge of that building right before you drop off?
Yeah, no. Not unless you really like Soprano Boys going, and watching people walk in real time down dark sets. I can't see the fun that anyone could have in this.
You're right. During the first 40 minutes, when that's all that happens, that's when I was thinking House of the Dead might be better. But when the deaths finally start, and it's a long slog till they do, there's a kernel there. Some of these deaths are worth YouTubing if they'd allow Tiffany's death to be on YouTube.
All right, Tiffany. I'm like, which death? The titty shot.
No, I enjoyed the stalking of the gunman. I think it's lame that he actually wasn't killed by the children. He was killed by a bad ticker. But I liked it when they were stalking him, and I liked when they hauled off his body. And my God, it's a laugh fucking riot when Grandma gets run over by a train engineer.
No, I wasn't laughing, not once.
Okay, you got a weird definition of comedy.
Yeah, I never laughed once at this movie, and I want to stress that. This is not so funny, it's bad. You hear me freaking out, and you might laugh. I don't want you to think that humor is going to translate to sitting through this movie. This movie's agony. Agony.
No.
Yes.
All right. It's painful, but agony, I mean, we're talking degrees here.
Yeah, we do. I know. That's what Night Shift has become. Would you rather have your arm chopped off or your leg?
And that is the thing, is we always say we have to judge our recommends based upon what the movie is. I mean, you can't hold up and say, I didn't recommend one of the Transformers films, and yet I recommended the first Children of the Corn. Totally different things, totally different moods, and I take into account how successful the director and writer and cast and crew are in bringing their vision to the screen here. And yeah, this is a failure of a movie, but if we're arguing the degrees, you two, I think, have just gone over the edge. I think, honestly, you've eaten so much corn that your skin's turning yellow and you just can't bear another bite, and so you're having this violent reaction to it, when in fact...
You're saying that if this were corn too, I would be kinder.
Yes.
No.
Nope, I disagree.
I truthfully think it is, because I think I agree with you both. This movie's shit. I just don't agree with the intensity that you've turned up your complaints to 11 for this movie, when 4 and 6 get off easier in your regard.
Well, yeah, I was in the same position as you with part 4. I still think as one of the very best of the Night Shift, which says so much about how awful this year has been for Stephen King. But yeah.
But no, it is a red arrow not recommend. But there's a kernel in here. There's a kernel in here for those who just enjoy watching horror movie deaths. There's a couple in here that don't totally suck, and the Freddy's Nightmares type ending. That's what I'll say, is if you enjoy Freddy's Nightmares, which I also think is pretty shitty despite being a Freddy fan, but if you enjoy Freddy's Nightmares, you'll enjoy the second half of Children of the Corn Revelation.
Do you have bad taste? Then here is the movie for you. Okay. Well, I am ready to legislate, people. No child within 50 feet of a corn stalk. Like, let's get this on the books. Let's make this happen.
At least in Nebraska. Can it be a state law? Well, at least this is the end, right? I mean, this is the end of the original series. This is the end for a long time. I think if we'd done this retrospective back when Now Playing was just getting started, we would think there would never, ever again be a Children of the Corn film.
But there's 2.
Yeah, but the next is a reboot.
And then they rebooted it again because it didn't work. Don't tell me I should look forward to this. Actually, okay, a little bit. I have enjoyed that original short story. I do think if you go back to it, you could probably... I know you can do better than they did the first time. So, all right, I am not going to be enthusiastic about it, but it is possible that it could be the best of the bunch.
Not a high bar you're setting.
There's not a high bar to be had here.
No.
I don't think so. A low bar is a high bar for the Corn films.
You know those bars where they say you have to be this tall to ride? That's about as high as the bar is for me to get through it.
Well, if people want to hear us talk about quality films, today, in addition to this Children of the Corn review, we also reviewed the third Lord of the Rings film. That one has a higher bar, right? It at least vaults over the Corn films.
Yeah, it won some gold statues. I don't know how many statues these Corn films have ever won.
I don't even think it was notable enough for a raspberry. But yes, you can hear all 3 of our Lord of the Rings podcasts if you are a silver level donor, and that's a donation of $15 or more. Today, silver level donors got the 3rd Lord of the Rings, and then we're going to be doing all 3 Hobbit films leading up to this December's The Battle of the Five Armies. Or, if this kind of schlocky horror is your thing, Leprechaun. I have to say, we're about halfway through that series. The mean average is higher than the mean average of Children of the Corn. We're a binary system here. We're recommend, not recommend. But if we were on a scale of 1 to 10, I gotta say the Leprechaun films are shooting higher in the numbers.
That's gone down a lot easier than I think any of this Corn stuff has. We'll have to see. We still have a few more to go there.
And you can get all 7 Leprechaun films leading up to that reboot coming out this Tuesday on Blu-ray for a donation of $15 or more. Or if you want both, you can, for $30 or more, go platinum donation and also get 3 exclusive bonus podcasts, the 3 animated Hobbit films. Many donors have said that $30 donation is worth it for one of the Hobbit bloopers alone. I'm not going to dispute that. But the only way you can see, it's funny.
Arnie makes a noise.
Oh. And you've almost made me make it again. But the only way to hear that noise is with a donation of platinum level between now and December 31st when all these shows go in the vault. So we thank you for your support. And Stuart, Jacob, I thank you for joining me for this podcast. We'll be back next week, Malachi.
We'll be back next week.
I'm leaving now. I'm gonna go find some people and tell them about what's happening here in Gatlin. I don't think they'll believe me at first. I don't think I believe it myself. But they will. Eventually. You guys all belong in an asylum somewhere. Loony bin.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Now Playing.
Congratulations, Tiger.
We hope you've enjoyed the show.
Pretty much all you need now that The Sopranos is dead and buried.
Come back to NowPlayingPodcast.com each week as we review another film based on Stephen King's books and short stories.
This is the word of he who walks behind the rose.
We do his work from shine to shadow.
At our sister podcast, booksandnachos.com, you can hear Arnie's reviews of the original Stephen King books and short stories on which these films are based.
You should look it up. You still remember how to read, don't you?
In the NowPlayingPodcast.com archives, you can find many more reviews of Stephen King films, including Maximum Overdrive, The Mangler, Sometimes They Come Back, The Lawnmower Man, Carrie, Salem's Lot, The Shining, and more. Find dozens of Stephen King movie reviews at NowPlayingPodcast.com.
Well, these kids watch too many horror flicks.
Also at our website, you can find reviews of film series such as The Avengers, Star Trek, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Silent Night's Deadly Night, Scream, Transformers, RoboCop, and hundreds more.
Movies are filled with violence, blood, and bodies, naked bodies writhing together, glorifying fornication.
Support from listeners like you help keep Now Playing operating.
Can't you for one moment conceive of something in this universe that's larger than you?
You can find a link to donate using PayPal at the bottom of our website, NowPlayingPodcast.com.
$200 Joby. How much? $13,100. $13,100. Okay, 2,000.
Now Playing's Children of the Corn retrospective series is edited by Heath, Casper, and Arnie.
I don't want to be the one in charge when the heads start doing 360s and they're hurling pea soup.
Now Playing credit narration by Brock.
He filled me with the words.
The film discussed in this podcast is the property of its original copyright holders, and no infringement is intended. Now Playing Podcast is not affiliated with the makers or distributors of these films.
That won't matter to Isaac and Malachi. They'll take it as a sign.
You speak
for the others or only for yourself?
The opinions expressed in Now Playing are those of the individual hosts and may not reflect the opinion of Venganza Media Incorporated.
I am the word and the giver of his laws. Disobedience to me is disobedience to him.
Now Playing is a Venganza Media production, copyright 2014. All rights reserved, and no part of this show may be reproduced, repurposed, or redistributed without the written permission of Venganza Media Incorporated.
So what do we do about the children?
Tell their story. Let the healing begin. It's not too late for that, is it?
No.
Give him the plot, we can get into it. You could just giggle. Like, I can remember a day when I used to watch a movie for Now Playing and didn't, like, violently cringe and go into spasms before I hit play on. And
like Leprechaun coming out this Friday?
I'm owed. I am owed something here. Yeah, well, you know, and if you really love us recording about shitty movies, there is the gold level donation going on right now. As you pointed out, we are going to still cover really shitty movies every Friday because Leprechaun has finally descended into my life. I swore I'd never do this movie series. I swore it. I knew I would never see these films, and yet here I am betraying every principle I ever had 5 years ago.
And it was your idea.
Well, I don't know about that. I ended up putting it on the schedule and by typing the words. My idea would be to never cover any of these crappy movies, but I knew based on the reaction, people want this. They want me to go through this, or they love this series and want to hear us discuss it. I'm not sure what. I think it's just bullying. I actually think it's a weird form of cyberbullying that they want to see me talk about Leprechaun 2, but all right, here it comes. I'm doing Leprechaun. That's the most that I can do for you guys. So yes, thanks for donating, I guess.
But one night, as an old woman, Hattie goes out and follows voices into the night and gets hit by a train.
We are just gonna giggle.
Well, that's what the kids do throughout the film. Why shouldn't we?
I know, seriously, this movie is nothing but falsetto children singing and then giggling.
Oh, I just remembered the end scene.
We've just recreated the movie for you.
Yes.
Cannabis guy, I don't know. The cannabis guy, I don't know.
Cannabis. Prophecy, or whatever Hannah's trying to do here, Hattie, whatever. If the entire prophecy or whatever Hattie's trying to do here is to protect her daughter, why not move in with is to protect her granddaughter? What if here you go, editor. Clean take. These kids can't kill him fast enough because I don't know how stoned you are, but that royalty-free 15-second music loop that's coming out of his boombox had to end. Seriously, I think I paid more for the generic credit music Now Playing used in the first few 20-minute episodes we did than they paid for this, island kind of music? Seriously, listen to it again. It's 15 seconds repeated again and again.
I thought it was Chai Weapon's new single.
You can't put that in there.
Oh, yes, we can.
Only Books and Nachos fans are going to know what that means.
Hey, I paid $1 to use that song for Books and Nachos.
You did? Why didn't you give it to me?
He's going to raise his royalty fees now. Like, fuck you, Books and Nachos. I want $3 a show.
There's lyrics to Chai Weapon's song too.
Really?
Yeah, I paid for the full MP3. I just took
what is it? The Right Prescription?
Yeah, The Right Prescription by Chai Weapon. It might be Chi Weapon technically.
Yeah, I'm like, what is a Chai Weapon? I thought that was a band name. It's a man?
No, it's a band.
Okay.
And there's lyrics. I mean,
you've been looking to buy more of their stuff on iTunes?
Yeah, I was trying to find their new album, and I think this faux reggae mix was the new single. Later at the window, she sees, I think it's a boy that gets out of the field. That's sort of Jerry Jr. or whatever. And for some reason, Stacy Keach is standing there waiting for the train.
Stacy Keach was in this one too?
Oh, no, Michael Ironside. I'm sorry. Yeah. Get his fat ass off the set. Catering is closed. You are done with you. You fried with Isaac.
I was really confused. I'm like, there's a continuity to the last one. The doctor's a ghost now?
They're both balding and old and don't belong in these films. I just get them confused.
Yeah, because Stacy Keach rocked in Starship Troopers. What it shows is that what did they call him in the credits?
Titty shot?